Hello, everyone. My name is Robbie Shellstone, and I am the creator of Offleash, one of the first fundraised films built on Solana. Today, I'm here to talk to you about my experience fundraising through Web3, as well as share my plans to develop IP alongside my fans. This is Offleash. I hope you all enjoyed that. Before diving a little more into our production process as well as our future plans, I'd like to give a little context as to who I am. I'm a Los Angeles-based animator, director, and filmmaker. My work has been screened across the world at numerous film festivals, and over the past few years, I've worked with some notable clients in the art, tech, and entertainment industries. I've been an active creator in the Web3 space since 2021, starting off my minting career with a one-on-one collaboration with Wu-Tang member Method Man. From there, I auctioned off numerous one-of-one pieces and saw the potential for fundraising my own films through this new tool. Now back to Offleash. Before launching our fundraising campaign for Offleash, we communicated the goal of making a film as well as a budget we needed to meet in order to start production. 10 animated characters and 3 concept art editions made up our NFT collection for the film. However, there was a twist. Whichever character sold for the most became the protagonist of the film. See, by giving collectors a chance to impact the story, I'm practicing a fundamental belief of mine. Everyone has a story worth telling. I was ready to make this film from the perspective of any of these characters. After all of the auctions concluded, we were able to meet our budget, and production on the film began immediately. We found out our lead character was the poodle, who the collector named Isabella, after his daughter. Over the next 4 months, I designed, storyboarded, and animated the film, sharing updates with collectors along the way. And soon enough, the film was complete. Collectors of the dogs were credited at the end of the film as producers. We airdropped dog tags to each producer and invited them to an early screening of the film. We then token gated the film for holders of the editions, as well as submitted it to film festivals, where it's already been accepted. Today, Offleash lives on YouTube for all fans to enjoy. Now, some of you may be wondering, why not take your film ideas to a streaming service or an animation studio? Why build on Web3? The entertainment industry is in a difficult position right now. There's more entertainment than ever before at our fingertips. Multi-million-dollar films are struggling to compete with free social media content. And because of this, major studios are risk-averse. They don't want to attempt new ideas, and they're sticking to sequels, as well as remakes of old IP. Because original ideas aren't valued, creators aren't valued, and they're replaceable in the current production process. You can see this issue playing out with the recent strikes in Los Angeles, where many of my friends have been impacted personally. While streaming services and studios are still a useful partnership, it isn't a great environment to start a new IP. Web3 looks to shake up the status quo and offers many solutions to the current issues. First, and most importantly, it enables creators to own their ideas like never before and directly compensates them for their success. It encourages creative risk-taking and allows for new ideas to be tested out early in the development process. Web3 unlocks a deeper and stronger connection with its fans by rewarding them for participating. Digital ownership creates a stronger emotional attachment to an IP, and it turns casual viewers into champions of the project. Above all else, it's fun. Web3 unlocks new ways to create meaningful and fun interactions with its fans and keep them engaged in the world. So, what's next? Offleash was a proof of concept for a much larger idea, one that takes these ideas of film fundraising through collectibles and expands on them. I'm here today to announce my next big project. Introducing Publique. Publique is a character-led animated universe set in a bustling metropolis. It is Publique's belief that everyone is unique with a story worth telling. Through short films and animated vignettes, we glimpse into the everyday lives of each and every character. Every character in Publique will be a collectible cast member of this living, breathing world. The Publique collection consists of hundreds of individually designed and animated characters. Every week, a new one-of-one character will be revealed and auctioned off, providing entertainment for fans and an entry point for investors into the IP. Collectors are turned into producers of Publique, which will give them access to the animation production process, contribute story ideas, as well as develop these characters alongside myself. The ultimate goal of Publique will always be to tell stories through short films. Each film will follow a new protagonist from the collection, diving into their everyday lives and seeing the world through their eyes. We want to build on the philosophy that we followed with Offleash. Everyone has a story worth telling. There is something to learn about the human experience from the most unlikely of people. Characters once thought of as background characters or comic relief now have the potential to take center stage. This is with the hopes of telling a more authentic, novel, and relatable story. Films will never use dialogue, allowing for instrumental music and sound design to accompany visual storytelling. Publique will take on a wide range of tones, from silly and quirky to dramatic and heavy. The goal is to be honest in representing all facets of life. Social media will play an important role in getting public familiar with a global audience while films are in development. These short vignettes will allow us to explore characters on a smaller scale, test out ideas to fans, and continue to build an audience. Beyond films and vignettes, Publique looks to expand into multiple pillars of entertainment. Whether it's an educational app, a physical game, books, or creative tools, Publique looks to create experiences that enrich people's lives. The products that we develop will always have the goal of encouraging empathy, human connection, and growth. Earlier this year, I had the pleasure of working with Volvo to create a short animation for a social media campaign. Today, that post has over 15.5 million views on Instagram. See if you recognize anyone from Offleash. Publique's visual identity is perfectly suited for commercial use as well. Having already worked with brands like Apple, Disney, and MoMA, we have proof that the Publique aesthetic is desired in the highest places of culture. And Publique is planning to approach the Web3 space a little bit differently. We have a few core philosophies that will guide our decision-making within the space. First, less is more. The Publique experience is meant to be simple, digestible, and easy to explain. There aren't tons of different collections or any confusing tokenomics. It is clear what our goals are and how we plan to achieve it. Designed with inclusivity, not only in terms of who we represent in the Publique ecosystem, but also in terms of who can participate. Up until this point, Web3 has been a relatively exclusive experience based on financial situations. But Publique will always have a free, accessible Web3 experience to make sure that all fans can enjoy the IP. Substance over spectacle. Designing this experience to have real value and entertainment will ensure that we will have a genuine and long-lasting fandom and avoid the hype-driven trends of today. And lastly, crypto is a tool, not a brand. Web3 brands lean heavily into the fact that they are built on the blockchain. And while this might be appealing for the current Web3 audience, it isn't a good strategy for the overall growth of the space. Publique will utilize blockchain technology as a tool to create meaningful and fun experiences without ever needing to explain the tech behind it. Keeping the focus of the project on the world, characters, and narrative will allow for the tech to support the project in a seamless way. With these core philosophies, we believe Publique not only can grow the Web3 space, but can also build an IP that can stand the test of time. And Publique has already built a strong foundation to ensure its long-term success. The project will launch with a built-in fan base of over 500,000 followers on social media, of dedicated, organic, passionate people. I can't express how beautiful it is to see a global audience share stories for characters every single week. Publique's focus on visual storytelling and lack of dialogue has allowed for all content to connect with an international audience without any translation or dubbing needed. Publique's style is also efficient, immediately recognizable, and genuinely unique. The style's minimalistic nature allows us to produce content faster than any other premium animation at a fraction of the cost. And lastly, many Web3 projects are reliant on expensive animation teams to help build their brand. We, on the other hand, are the animation studio. We will always have control over the entire production process. So, the only question is, when? And I'm excited to announce that Publique will be coming in Q1 of next year. We'll be launching the project with a We'll be launching the project with a free collectible experience to onboard existing fans of the IP into the ecosystem and show them what fun Solana can enable. Keep those rats and pigeons in mind. They'll be important later. That's all I have for you today. Thank you all for your time. If you haven't already, you can follow along on social media, and public.world is now live. And for those of you who have attended today, come say hi to me. I have a little something for you. Cheers.